A blessed love, everyone. Blessed love. Hi, Audrey, living life. How you doing? Hi, Dominic. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on, guys? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys here. Yes. Well, you guys see the topic tonight. The topic tonight is the mindset. The mindset. Yes. So how you guys week? I hope you guys had a beautiful week this year. I hope everything working good for you guys. Doing well. Hope you are yes, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Yes. I hope you guys doing wonderful, man, because man, it ain't easy these days. So much thing is happening, so much thing is going on, and we need to know what are we doing and what decision we're gonna be making. So our decision come from where? From our mindset. That's where our decision come from. Where our mind, where we place our mind. Yes. Hey, big dog Philly, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for coming through. So yes, tonight is a night we want to really talk about the mindset, and you know, because we already know how powerful the mind is. The mind is a very powerful thing, and if we just allow our mind to just set in an area and not using it, then we have a situation. Hey, Fifi John, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes, guys, our mind is in a place where we got to be more conscious and more focused at this time, because I want to see, I want to know the adjustment that people actually dealing with today from what's going on. That's what I'm trying to, that's basically my question tonight. My question is tonight, where, where, how are we dealing with what's going on with all the changes today? All the changes that's happening, how are we coping? How are we adjusting? Because, hey boy, Blue, how you doing? Good night. Thank you for being here. Thank each and every one of you for being here. Yes. So for the past 3 years, we see drastic change. We see drastic change. And we had was to adjust ourselves in different ways, in many different ways. We had also actually adjust ourselves, our lifestyle, the way how we do things. We had also adjust within that time. But for what we notice these days, things kind of get back. I don't know if people paying attention, but people believe that things actually back to normal, and people mind is set on, okay, everything is back to normal. We ain't got to worry anymore. We ain't got to wear the thing over our face. We ain't got to do that. So right now, everything is back to normal. So they set their mind there. But for what I see going on, I'm seeing that things ain't really back to normal. And that's the honest truth. Things is not back to normal. What I'm seeing, not to go in different direction, but can we entertain? Listen me, man. No, right now, I'm gonna let me focus on what I'm doing right now, okay? Because I'm running this and I gotta know. I gotta know how to come. I'm trying to read certain areas, so I can't just focus on the mind. The thing is, for what I see going on, many people believe that everything is back to normal. So we don't need to do this, we don't need to do that, we don't need to. So we way back to normal now. So it's okay. And people actually ain't curious anymore of getting things done and actually learning how to do things. And actually many people was doing a lot of things, they was doing pretty good, but from the time things switch back and look a little normal, everybody get back to that ways. But you know what, so much little distraction is going on today. So because of these distraction, it causing us to look at things as it's normal. But if you're paying attention and listen to other places, other countries that you're not living, other areas that you're not living, if you're paying attention and you're listening, you will realize that it's not by your doorstep, so you're not seeing it. But people actually going through this thing on an everyday basis, where things never get back the same. It never get back the same where we can do things how we used to. It's not the same. We cannot get back to that place because it will never be like that again. And why it will never be like that again, we see technology. Because of technology, technology has made the wall very small. The way how the wall used to be huge, and we believe, oh, this wall is huge. Because of technology, the wall has become so small, and if you need connecting to someone, it take minutes. It didn't take no days, it didn't take no weeks, it maybe seconds it take for you to connect to people these days. So don't think it's gonna be like how it used to be 5, 10 years ago. No, we enter into a new stage, a new era, and it's not gonna go back that way. So how are you adjusting? How are you adjusting to the changes that taking place today? You know, because at the end of the day, it's all come with the mind. It all come with the mind and where you place your mind. Some people place their mind in places and just leave it there. Some people use their mind to elevate themselves and to make them more conscious of what's going on, make them more awake of what's going on. And some people just leave it there. Some people also believe in faith, but there's something yes, you could have faith, but faith without work is dead. You see what I'm saying? Or hopes. Some people believe in hopes. But if you're looking for hopes, you got to put in the work. Because at the end of the day, works, action, your action cause a reaction. So this is why sometimes we keep on saying, focus on the positive, because your action cause a reaction. And sometimes in life, the things we do 30 years ago, 20 years ago, come back and affect our life in that manner. Meaning, You might be young growing up and you might make some mistakes. I'll say mistakes. You might make some mistakes in life growing up. And these mistakes come back and haunt you years after. When I say mistake, I'm not saying you was walking, you have the ability to save money, and you never save anything. And now 20 years after, it come back and haunt you because you never did anything you should have been doing because you was more studying to enjoy and have fun. So you never really invest into anything. So that mistake you make come back and haunt you down the road. Okay? You might do something to hurt someone while you're young, or even not even young, grown. But that what you did years after come right back and haunt you. You see what I'm saying? So it's always good to try to focus on the positive. Try to set good seed along the way. While you're growing, you try to set good seed because you want to harvest from these good seed. Remember, every action cause a reaction. So if you're dealing with the negative, most likely you're going to be receiving negative reaction. If you more focus on the positive, sometimes if you're more focusing on the positive, you stand a chance of receiving positive reaction. So I just want to say tonight, focus on the positive, observe what's going on, pay attention to what's going on, and do what you can. You might be able to do as much as some people might be able to do, but at least do what you can. Do what you can to help. At least you helping. But to get back in a place where you feel it's going to be like how it used to be 10, 20 years ago, no. You got to look forward. You got to look towards the future now and see, how am I going to make it? What am I going to do to survive? You got to look forward to see what's coming so you could adjust. You have to make adjustment. But how the changes is affecting your life? Is it really affecting you, or you used to these things and you just live in? Because some people, the way they grow up, change, they could adjust to any situation. Some people did not grow up that way. Some people just grew up and everything was just there. Some people grew up in a way that they had us to get up and go and look for everything. So tonight's topic is the mindset. Where the mind located at this time? Are you focusing on the future, or you focusing on the past, or are you focusing on right at this moment, what you seeing right at this moment? I really do think so much things is going on these days, but the distraction is real. The distraction is real, and because the distraction is so real, it kind of shift people in different angle. Because today they might be there focusing on something serious, and then tomorrow they hit something pop out and they turn from what really happened here, what is so important, and start focusing on what they know here. So now they get distracted from what is actually going on. So a lot of distraction, and this distraction is really causing situation. So I'm just saying, your mind, you control your mind. You in control of your mind. A life from scratch, how you doing? You in control of your mind, right? And you the one want to know where am I putting my, where am I gonna be focusing on? That's your job. You, no one can tell you how to do that. You the one got to be focusing on which road I want to take, or what I want to do, or what I'm not gonna do. You have the ability to do that. So what is going on, guys? How is this life, the change of life with all these changes, affecting your life today? Tonight, I'm going to use tonight as an open panel. Let's have this conversation. Let's have this conversation. So I'm going to drop the link. If anyone want to come up and let's talk about it, let's do that. All right? But we're sticking to the topic. We're not going anywhere from this topic. We're sticking to the topic. All right? So I'm going to drop the link. All right, the link is in the chat. If anyone feel like coming up, and let's talk about this conversation, how this life, this change that's going on, how it affect your life today. To some people still living a normal life. Yes, some people still live in a normal life. And listen, so much thing is going on. Don't let the distraction throw you off. Stay focused. The distraction is real. Sometimes you having a conversation and people trying to contradict your conversation. Hey, Cassandra South Fulton, how you doing? Thank you for being here. And people trying to, trying to contradict your conversation and come and try to change your topic, even though all right, okay, all right. Welcome, how you doing? Thank you for being here.
You could hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. What's going on,
Yeah,
Jim?
man. Yeah, me there, Anna, man. We just come back from harvesting some herbs and doing some laundry and stuff like that.
All right, all
Yeah.
right.
How about you?
Yeah, I was in the garden myself,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning up the garden. Yeah, so I'm pretty good.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, man. Just you say like there's a strange feeling in the atmosphere, and in my mind, I think everybody actually know that it is, but some of them are scared to talk about it. And we have to make one another aware because just for preparation purposes, I think preparation is important. Like you say, you have to kind of live that kind of lifestyle.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So for me, for example, um, sickness. What am I prepared to do if sickness come by? And sickness always come by. You see my herbs, I don't ramp with them at all because all in my bedroom, I have them growing.
Okay, okay.
Inside or outside. So we have croton and we have comfrey, a little bit of turmeric, ginger, and a little citrus as well, you know.
Okay, okay.
And we also have dried herbs already put up. We have a whole pantry of citrus peels. We have avocado peels, dandelion root, dandelion flowers, dried mushrooms like turkey tail, mostly for the medicinal properties.
Okay, okay.
So we kind of want to practice drinking teas more religiously, and just to keep on top of my health, me prefer not getting sick. Prevention better than the cure itself.
Okay.
Yeah. How you feel about sickness and preparing to be
Well,
ahead of it?
if you check my channel, you're gonna see I talk about these things a lot. I'm
Hmm.
really into herbs. I really
Yes.
get into growing food natural. I really into these things.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
but
Good things.
today, my focus is on how you adjusting yourself to the changes that's going on today.
Okay. So as human beings, we're basically masters of adaptation. And that's one thing I say. If anything change in my part, like say for instance, remember when COVID-19 hit and they required vaccine, mandatory vaccine shots, and I denied it because I think I am supposed to be in charge of my health. I was open to it at a point where if the information was clear and concise, then I would have made a decision to participate, right? But they were telling me that the information that they have is incomplete.
Mm.
So I couldn't make a final decision on incomplete information. So I choose to just hold back, and then I will see what will go on. And from there, then I could make a more informed decision later on. So I lost my job. I was working in a farm, inside facility for growing cannabis. And I lost that because it required me to have that shot in order to work in the facility amongst others. And they were concerned that their family might get the thing going around from people who are not taking the shots. So I had to lose that job, and I found a new job where I work in a kitchen. So I kind of just be flexible with, if it's garbage I have to take out, it's garbage I have to take out to keep food on the table when it comes to payment and bills.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So do you feel like you got to make adjustment from 2018 to what happened 2020 and to
Hmm.
all the things that we see going on today?
Hmm.
Did you have also make any adjustment? Or are you just living?
Yeah, I did have to make some adjustment.
Mm.
My daily habits changed. I used to be doing a lot of music and entertainment and videos and pictures and stuff. But what I changed, because as a young kid, I was growing up, and I always say, I'm going to leave my generation better than how I had it. So I put my interest in the music, and I said I would use the music funds to support me going on find different herbs around the world, and that would keep me more occupied because I love farming. I grew up with my grandmother, and we used to do in the farm every day. Every time I come from school, I help her with the plants them. So in my mind, I used to think, all right, once we have sufficient enough funds, then we can travel the world, find new herbs, and then we can use them and research them and even experiment with them, so we can have better herbs readily available in our vicinity. So now I realize that I don't have to have as much funds that I think that I had to had because we have Amazon now, and you can order stuff online from anywhere around the world, you know. So me now, I just do the music for personal entertainment rather than commercially. And that was one of the main shift. If you check on the internet, you'll find some music by the name of James and also New Stars. I was in a band, but I came to Canada several years ago, and I learned all these new way of life because of the change of the seasons and different culture and practices and how to live in these new places, adapting. So yeah, one of them was my occupation and my hobbies. They changed. So now it's strictly about health and well-being. Every day I get up, I celebrate by as simple as just waking up. I celebrate because life is the most important thing we have, and it's being threatened every single day. I feel because of everyday contaminants. Some people mightn't pay attention to what's going on around them, but you could feel it. Even like the animals around you, you see them looking less vigor. Because I used to pay attention to the animals them and I used to see them being more lively and more vigor, and then now them look deady and that's it, something I go on them I tell me too. And because me just observe them, and me know something I go on, but me can't really pinpoint the evidence as one thing. So many different things combined, like you say, like once you start on this news and new news come, that old news was first a distraction for second news and then the third news without completion, you know? Yeah, so we have to pay attention around us, and like one main thing too is always protect your environment, protect your surroundings. Why I say my surrounding is me. I live in this whole surrounding, so I have to protect it. I have to make sure it it right, so I can operate within it. Whosoever is here with me today, they have the same mindset as me. So I am my surrounding, and I take good care of my surrounding, and I always prepare. And if it's one thing, my granny tell me, the better you have than for not have and want, you know. So yeah, man. And me glad for see you are actually making this more readily available for people to understand and communicate with one another and not be afraid to talk about what is actually going on around them, what they see. Even if it's just something as their opinion, they think they're seeing and feeling, it's very important to hear it. So this is a good thing, man. Sorry, me can't hear.
It's on the screen. You see on the screen?
Do you believe that you are ready for another change as far as you can get by? Yes. You see, you see, you see all them plants me just show you. Most of them are herbs, But me also me forgot to tell you, me have potato. Me have potato. Me have a lot of seeds. Me have tons of seeds inside of me cabinet. Yeah, me just a save, and every fruit me eat, me try save some seed and keep seeds behind, because I think seeds are very important. So as long as I have the seeds, I know I can make food grow, and I will never starve. As long as I have seed, God showed me that by making me a man, and show me that I carry seeds, so I must always have them.
Yeah, that I believe in that too. I believe in everybody should have seeds, and it's so easy to get seed these days because yes, like you now mentioned, you eating a
Yes,
fruit, you should scrape out them seed and save
that's
them.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do believe that. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Well, I
Yeah, man.
appreciate you, man. You have a YouTube channel?
Yes, you could find me at GIMPS and also
James.
GIMP. Yes, Jim's
Yeah, I'm seeing the
Entertainment
name.
TV.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
definitely gonna look into you, man. And you know, we live every Thursday, so you could always come and check us out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man.
So I appreciate what
Yes,
you say.
I
And
just recently run into your. Mhm.
go ahead, go ahead.
I just recently run into your videos, and you've been inspiring. Like, because I'm also Caribbean, and I don't know if which one of the Caribbean countries you are from, but I can relate when I hear the language and stuff like that. It
Right.
just bring me back home. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Okay,
man.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
The-
You know what? I have another channel that I need you to connect to this channel because this is a channel where we talk about different, we highlighting the islands and we
Mhm.
having conversation every Friday night.
All right.
So Fifi Johnny, if you here, could you put the link in the chat that the brother can get it, please, that he can connect to this. You're gonna like this, man, because this is you're gonna be hearing about the islands, the culture. Yeah, I think we need you there too.
Of course.
You're gonna enjoy that for real. We do it every Friday night, so which is tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
All right. Well, may work that day, but once I have a day off, I'll
One
definitely.
anytime you have the time. But
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you very much.
oh, that's a link right there. So you could subscribe to it, hit the notification that you can get us when we live every Friday. So we
Will
live
do.
on this channel every Thursday, and over there we live every Friday. They want to know your channel name. His channel name is James. What's your channel name? James.
Jim's Entertainment TV.
Okay.
You can just find me at Jim's alone. Jim's
Okay.
Music. Yes, I.
Okay. Let me put it in. JIMPS. MPS. You can find that James, right? Okay. He said you can find
Yes,
him at
please.
James or James Entertainment Music. That way say.
Jim's Entertainment TV. Sorry.
All right. Put it in the chat. Type it in the chat.
Yes, I shall. Utilize this information wisely, and the application of knowledge is power.
Yes, yes, yes. You froze up. You froze up. All right, James. Well, thank you, brother, for coming up and share your thoughts and the adjustment of what's
Yes.
going on. So we
Mm.
appreciate you. You're
Love.
welcome, man. You're welcome. All right. Peace
Yes.
and blessing. Thank you so much, man.
One love.
One love. One love. All right. All right. Well, it's always good to hear different people, because sometimes I have my own opinion and sometimes other people have their own opinions. And don't forget, this channel is open discussion. We do not discriminate. Everyone have the rights to their own belief. Everyone have a right to their own religion. We're not here to change anyone's religion. We're not here to change anyone's belief. We just having an open discussion and everyone have a right to their own opinion. So you get me? So thank you guys again. Appreciate you guys. Let's go on. All right. So guys, yes, it's good to see. It's good to see people actually putting in the work and saving their seeds, trying to grow something, whether you indoors, whether you outdoors, you at least trying to do something. That's good. You see, and when the thing is, when you see people actually indoors trying to grow something indoors, and you have a backyard, that should make you think. That should make you think, how the hell people don't have the room and the space, but they're trying to grow something indoors, and you have a backyard where you have the sun, you have the sunlight, you have. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. Yes. All right. Thank you guys for coming in again tonight. If I miss anyone, sorry, but I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, brother, that's your link up there. So we will connect to you. Thank you for coming up and share your thoughts. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, all right. Appreciate that, brother. So now let's move on. Let's have this conversation again. Let's talk about this conversation. After all the changes today, how have you adjust yourself to the changes of what's going on? Blessing, blessing. Yes. After the changes that's going on today, how are you adjusting yourself to the changes? Have you making any change? Have you doing anything about it? Or you just living your life? Okay, so I'm gonna drop the link again. Hey, the real McCoy, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Okay, guys. I'm not sure if everybody is on the same page, because I know sometimes we're not on the same page, and maybe what I'm seeing, not everybody's seeing it. Or maybe what you're seeing, not everybody's seeing it. Or maybe what you're aware of, not everybody aware of. But like the brother was now saying, something in the air, he can feel it, but he don't know what it is. He can't point out what it is. Do anyone feel that same way? Or do anyone feel like, yes, I'm feeling something, but I just can't point it out? Okay, Fifi Johnny, I honestly didn't have to make a lot of adjustment. However, I have made a bigger effort to do more of what I'm doing and spreading knowledge about being ready for the possible change. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. You always doing what you gotta do, but no, you basically expand what you're doing, which is wonderful. And at the same time, spreading the knowledge, spreading the word, showing people how you can do things. It's a blessing. It's really a blessing. And people, the honest truth, people need to recognize people, more of by their works and what they're actually doing, because people actually putting in the work and trying to motivate people and trying to let people see how they can do things, because not everybody was fortunate to grow up a certain way where they had us to, we call it the tough and rough life, where you had us to get up and go and fetch water, get up and change the animal, no electricity, you got to need candle, you got to need, so there's people who used to this, but there's people who never. There's people who never use a candle and oil lamp. You know what I mean? So by sharing what you're doing in a positive way, people should acknowledge, and and it's so crazy, man. Let me tell you what I see going on. What I see going on too is like people actually putting in the work and showing the things, how to do it, how to do that, and showing result. And what I see happening, people actually learning from you and give other people the credit, other place the credit. They're not trying to give you any credit, because I don't know why. I feel if a person is actually doing certain thing and show you the proof and show you, you will be, and then you will say, no, you didn't know, you learned it somewhere else. At the end of the day, many people on YouTube showing what they're doing, showing their result, right? You could go and read a book about something. You could go and read a book about how to plant something, but you ain't see no result. You just read a book where a guy say, all right, plant it this way. You ain't see no result. But there's a people who showing the result, doing it a certain way, showing the result, and people rather give the book guy the credit more than the guy who actually showing with result. And that's kind of crazy, but it's okay. That's the mindset. That's the mind. That's where the mind located. The mind located in a place where you don't see the need to give credit where credit is due. But that's okay. There's people who understand that what a person is doing and what they're putting out, they ain't got to show you anything. They ain't got to show you nothing. Or they could just show you harvest time. This is what I harvest. They ain't got to show you they're growing nothing. But they show you not to show off, not to boast. They show you because they want you to learn. Somebody might be able to catch on from something they never do. Somebody might be able to see, okay, he do it this way or she do it this way. Let me try. That's all. So give an apostle a little, let apostle understand, man, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. Yes, some people do it. But I'm realizing that some people will listen to you, then come and do what you're doing, and then say they get out a book. Number one, you could only read it out a book. But the guy who actually doing it and showing you, I think that's more, because many times I've seen with my own eyes, many people go to trade school. Trade school is like skill school, where you might go, you might learn plumbing, carpentry, whatever. And when they come out in the field, they have the skill here. That's where the skill is, but not here. They can actually do it because it's only there. They don't do hands-on. Now, when the guy come out of school with his papers, his certificate, you, the one who there, got to show him how to do it because you doing it hands-on. So I just believe the people who actually doing the work, whatever work you're doing, it ain't even got to be gardening, whatever, showing what you're doing with result, I think people should get, show get more appreciation because people ain't got to put nothing out there. They could do their stuff and eat just like how they was eating, but they're trying for encourage people, and people rather take the information and say I get it from somewhere else, a book. So I'm just saying, man, I wish more people listen and act on the opportunity to do more for themselves and their family. The distraction is overwhelming and it's sidetrack people from staying focused, which is true. Which is true. I think, and I agree with that. I agree with that. But what I'm realizing that many people not interested in, they're not interested. Some people stay, I deal with that time when that time come. But I grew up hearing something. It's better to have than to need. You know what I'm saying? So you have it, it's better to have than to need. See, that's the thing. The book will give you the idea with the result of their experience, but you have to actually do it for yourself with result. That's it. That's it. So now, when you're dealing with a book, you got to read. First, you got to read. Then you got to understand. Then you got to do it and look for a result. You see, the guy we're doing it showing you. Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on?
Good night, good night, good night. I know I'm a bit trying to get home out of this rainy
Okay,
weather,
okay.
but listening and thinking about your
I think
topic.
you're low. I think you're very low. I'm hardly hearing you. I don't know if it's on my side or what, but I'm hardly hearing you.
Uh, see where my mic at. Okay, is that any better?
Oh, yes, way better, way better.
Okay. Yes. Your topic is about the mind, our mindset.
Yes.
Um, our consciousness is contained within our mind. That's where our consciousness at. So for me, I am thinking, if your consciousness is not around your environment at the moment, well, the mind is not active in what is going on around us. Because what's happening today, there is so many changes
I think you froze up.
changing.
Okay.
Our
Okay, go ahead.
mindset is not on present, it's in another zone. It's either based on dual thought and not on wider scale. Because if you are tuned in or conscious as to what is happening in our environment, We should be in the mindset of preparedness, where we are willing to say to ourselves, okay, I really do see things are changing. It's becoming harder to buy the same set of stuff. It's costing more. Our food bills are higher, our clothes bill are higher, our rent and mortgages are higher. So something really have to be happening if we are thinking consciously. So for us to have a positive mindset, we have to be aware of our environment. So for me personally, I think my mind is set on what is happening now and in a prepared mindset. That's where I think my mind consciousness is at. What is happening? Our world is changing. And if our mind is not set on it, we would do no preparing for any of it. So I hope there are a few more of your viewers who are in that awareness mindset. Let's remind ourselves that our consciousness is contained within our mind. And if we are not aware of what's happening, we are not in a present mindset. You know, the old people said the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So let us not waste it. Let us each one teach one and help another to be aware and to be able to show someone else why we say things are changing if they are not aware of it. Let us wake up somebody else, wake up their consciousness in regards to our world. And maybe that would make them want to prepare mentally, because we have to be prepared mentally as much as we want to be physically. Because if our mind is not in the place of readiness, we will be caught with our hands down and we won't know what to do. We will not be able to survive because we become nervous, we become very lackadaisical, and we will get caught up and just miss the whole thing. We won't be able to survive. So I think for me, I want to be aware, I want to be awake and stay conscious. So that's my
Okay.
piece for you tonight.
Well, I truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. And listen me, what you say make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be, we gotta be, our mind gotta be on what's going on. And if it's not there, if it's not there, we actually wouldn't do anything. And for what I'm seeing going on, a lot of people, when you're having this conversation, many people are saying, I just wait and see what's going on. I'm not, which I understand if that's how they feel. But I believe in it's better for us to actually have something put aside than not to have anything at all. And when these time come, you have your family, you have yourself, and then nothing prepared. So this is why I just have this topic, because I want to know if people actually really serious about not doing anything and waiting for that time to come, or people actually putting in the work and do what they need to get done. You still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so about getting yourself together, what you since what happened? Since what happened a few days ago, few years ago, your what did you have to make a rapid change or just something, just a little adjustment?
I think for me it's been a rapid change for the past year and a half. It's a rapid change. I mean, we cannot afford not to have a rapid change if we are conscious of what happened to us about 3 years ago. We have to bring ourselves to the point where we have to understand what happened. Do we want to repeat it? Or do we want to prepare? That alone should wake up our consciousness. That alone should tell us, I have to do something better. I have to do something different. Because who am I going to rely on to feed me or my children? So it's a small thing to just take a little bit of time to think about those things. Get into our own consciousness. Wake up our mind. Wake up and shake up.
I hear you, that sis. I hear that.
Yeah. Because to be honest, Planter, if we don't, we have to be careful of the ones who are not conscious. Because if something should happen, they are the ones that we have to pay close attention to. They are not prepared and they'll be coming at you. So if we are not prepared for that, if we don't tell one, if we don't try to educate one, we have to look at it. We are eliminating where the attack can be against us versus for us, where they can be more prepared. So it's less of a threat to who is fully prepared.
Okay, sorry for that, but thank you for that information. So you didn't have to make big adjustment, but wherever adjustment you make, it working for you. So that's good. I truly appreciate the information.
You're welcome.
And I'm happy that you actually doing something. And that's what we're trying for, to get people to do something. Okay?
Yeah.
Appreciate
Change
you.
our mindset.
Yes. I see. Oh, wait, someone is in the back. You staying up?
No, I can step down.
You're gonna step down?
Yeah.
Okay, I see someone in the, let me bring them up on. But thank you Live from Scratch. I appreciate the information. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We appreciate you. All right. Hey, GT, what's going on?
Can you hear me now?
No, I'm hearing you. What's going on?
Yeah, I made the adjustments since about 2 years ago. I started actually looking for a house, and now I have one. I've seen people with chickens, so I made the adjustment and I got chickens. And I came on your show last year sometime because I needed assistance with building, because that's that's not my forte, So I was in your chat asking you questions. I was taking you around. You told me how to line it up correctly or whatever. So I've been doing it. I've been making all the adjustments I can. Physically, it's just been demanding, but mentally, it's been it's a different type of challenge, because not only am I adjusting mentally with myself, but I'm also actually having conversations with my child and my wife, so that they understand that people will, if things aren't looking as pretty and you just can't put your finger on it. So what we need to do is we just need to monitor our neighbors, because they're looking at my garden in the front yard. No one on my whole street has a garden in the front yard. Nobody does. Everybody they have greenhouses, but a lot of their greenhouses are old. I've seen one person in the neighborhood that has chickens, but I told my wife we just have to, we're in a new neighborhood, but we're growing on a whole different level. Like I'm between jobs and I'm about to go stop and go get some soil from under the tree again. So this will be the third day that I'm going to go get soil anymore.
Sorry for cut you off. So how that soil
So
thing is
I
going with you? Go
said it
ahead, go
again.
ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. I was asking you how the soil thing is going for you now.
It, I guess, is good. I haven't used it yet. I've been piling it up and just collecting it because I when I get off, I can't build the garden bed out there because it's late at night and it's too early when I go to work, so I can't actually use the soil yet. But I have it stored away until Monday. I'm hoping that I'm supposed to get some time on Saturday to actually put it in the garden bed. But um, I'm really anxious. I know it works. You said it. Books said it. Um, there's plenty of evidence that state that this is the most natural way to go. There's good bacteria, and it's that's in that soil, and it's living soil. It's not what we buy from the that's in the bag. So I understand we're feeding the soil. We're not feeding the plants. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be all good. Yeah.
So okay, so basically you getting it together. You basically now getting it together. So now you're gonna be trying to look at results.
Yes, I actually haven't put it in the garden bed yet because I'm like right now I'm between jobs and I'm about to go stop at there's this lake and it has a whole bunch of trees around it. So I'm going there and I went there yesterday and I moved the tree out of the way and then I dug up all the soil that was under there. I had to move the topsoil first and then I went up under there and I got that. And now I got the 18 gallon in my back because I have a small car. So I don't, what up, Lala? I don't have a truck or anything like that. I have a small car. So I'm getting out there and I'm filling up the 18 gallon and filling up the 5 gallon bucket. And I got a piece of rope, I tied a piece of rope to it and then I tied it around my waist. And then I just pull it up the hill because there's a little slight hill there. So the physical part, it's a little demanding, but it's nothing like getting your mind mentally prepared for, the world that it's changing. And I'm pretty sure everybody can see that part. Yeah.
But everybody could see it, but how much people actually walking towards it? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's, you could feel it, you could see it, but how much people actually really putting in, walking towards it? But that's everybody's choice at the end of the day. It's either you do it or you don't do it. Yes, but thanks, man. I appreciate you coming up, sharing that thought. So,
All right.
did
Thanks
you?
for having me, Planter.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Have a good.
All right,
All right.
blessings. All
Bye.
right. Okay, guys. Is anyone want to come up and wait? Let me welcome some people in the chat again. Hello, the everyday life of an OCD chick. Thank you, Texas TX Lala. Thank every one of you for coming in tonight. I appreciate you guys. All right, the conversation tonight is the mindset, where the mind situated, and at the same time, how the changes of today that we seeing before our eyes affecting you. Is it affecting you or you just living? Are you doing any, did it make any drastic change or you just make similar change? So I don't know. Is anyone that want to come up again today and share their thoughts on that? I'm going to drop the link. If anyone want to come up. Oh, okay, all right, all right. Oh, you had a question for GT? Oh, wow. All right, I guess next time. All right, the link is in the chat. If anyone want to come up and have a conversation about, just share something, because you know people actually listening and people watching, and you know, at least let people know that, man, things is really happening and I'm actually making changes, whether big changes where it's not much because you was living a certain way, so it become normal to you. So feel free to come up and share that thoughts. All right. Yes, but for what I'm seeing, I'm seeing changes. That's something I'm seeing, and it's actually happening. I even seeing changes in the weather. Not sure if you guys seeing that. Even in the garden, I've seen changes. I had also make adjustment this year. So for me, I had also make adjustment. Not no big adjustment, but I actually had also make adjustment in my garden. Even the time I usually takes my plants outdoor, I had also hold back a month. Usually by March, I'm outside planting everything. But this year, I had also take it down to April. And even though in April, I still had also make adjustment. So yes, I've been making adjustment. So if anyone want to talk, just a few words about the adjustment they make, or if you didn't make no adjustment, that's cool. Anyone here is feeling discouraged about gardening, especially with the effect of the weather? All right, that's a good question. Is anyone in here at this time feeling discouraged? Yes, if anyone in here feeling discouraged and want to give up, let us know. Because we know how to motivate people to get them back into that spirit. There's a garden spirit energy that going on today, right now, and you need to draw in that energy, get back into that energy and grow something. There's no way you grow food last year or you grow some herb this year and you go down well and not planting something this year. I don't know. Okay. Yes, our weather is off. That should make us. Yes. You see, yep. No discourage, but could use more heat. Okay, I hear that. No discourage. No, you cannot allow what's going on to discourage you. Your goal is, I got to eat. Your goal is, I got to eat from these plants. That's why I now say a minute ago, is no way you should be growing food last year and this year you're not growing and you go down well. If something happened, I understand. Because you make an adjustment already. And the adjustment you make is start growing something. Start growing something for yourself. That's the adjustment you make. And to go back onto how it used to be not growing anything, I don't think anyone should be doing that. You should be trying to grow more. That's what I see. You should be trying to grow more. Let me see. I'm not just more motivated to try even more. That's it. That's it. You listen to me. Someone tell me something today that I don't want to mention it, but that one I never heard that. I never heard things like this was happening. You see what I'm saying? That's happening today, and people ain't aware of these things. I didn't want to say it, but things is really happening, and who ain't want to be aware of it, the more, we try to open up these platforms that we can, not to tell you what to do, because we're not here to tell people what to do. We're here to maybe, enlighten. Maybe you might be aware of a situation, and we try to bring the awareness. The awareness, like the topic tonight. The topic tonight. The mindset, and what changes have you made? Have you made any changes at all? Or have you made no changes? So it's just awareness we're trying to bring. We're not here to convince anyone to go out and grow, do what they don't want to do. We're here to spread the word that the people who really want to hear it can hear it. Thank you, Life from Scratch. Please, y'all, keep saving seeds, especially from your harvest. Don't just bank on seeds that you are ready available. That's true. That's true. I've been talking about saving seeds for years. For years. 6, 7 years I've been talking about saving seeds. I've been talking about it, and it's getting there now. Like I'm saying, all it takes for a serious starvation, it's bad weather for a few years, where you lose all your crop and you could not get seeds. Your plants never reach perfection that you could get seeds from them. That's all it takes. So you lose all your seeds and you have nothing to replant because the weather strike in the middle of your growing season. So nothing reach that you could get seed from them. That's all it takes. That's how serious this thing is. Let me see. Since you mentioned it, I'm curious of just saying it. Yes. Yes, I've been saying this forever. And you know what? When I tell people I have seeds, 10 years old. When I say 10 years old, what I mean? From the lineage of 10 years, where I've been growing certain things, grow them, save the seed, grow them, save the seed. Right now, you could be buying seed and we don't even know what we're buying, for real. And this is serious. This is serious. So you should try to save seed from the crop you're growing. No, you should really try. Leave certain things to go to seeds. Your broccoli, let it go to seeds. Some of your spinach, all these things. At least leave a couple plants to go to seeds that you could get some seeds from them. I'm growing in pots this year. Did not do so last year. All right, so that's you see what I'm saying? We spreading the word. The word is helping. You see, life from scratch, growing in pot this year. She didn't grow anything last year, but she growing something this year. That's motivation right there. Yep. You know, sometimes from time to time I do my seed giveaway. I do seed giveaway. Last year, listen to me, I give away a lot of seed. Plenty seeds I give away last year. Lots of seed. But what I'm going to say tonight here is, if you're growing something, you should be able to save seeds. You understand? Because I'm telling you, soon people ain't giving you no seed. And it's already here, where people will not give seeds. As much as we could say, oh, yes, good, nice. Yeah, people will not be giving seeds very soon. And could you blame them? No, because you eating fruits and you seeing seed. Why not saving them? You eating squash, you seeing seed. Why you don't save them? You eating tomatoes, you seeing seed. Why you don't save them? You growing okras, you leave a few to dry and save some seeds. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. Because I'm telling you, people will not be giving away seeds. Seeds will become like gold and diamond very soon. Yeah. Be aware of, all right, exactly. This is why I've been saying, if you go back to old videos of mine, 6, 7 years old videos, 5 years old, you're going to hear me saying that same thing there. Save your seed, because one day you might be able to get seed from the fruits you eat. You might be able to get seed from what you grow. Because of the seed you will be getting, they will only be able to give you one crop. I've been saying this thing all the time. And now we're seeing more of the importance. I remember last year, I was talking about save your seed. I even do a video cutting down my squash, digging out the seed, showing people how to get the seed. I did peppers, busting them down, showing people how to get the seed. That's how much I wanted people to actually go save seeds. So I'm showing the videos. This is how, you understand? And then you always hear, this is the distraction out here. And I personally, I think you gotta really be careful of who you really listen to, because not telling you guys who to listen to, that's your choice. I'm just talking open discussion. But when there's people will tell you why you saving seed, you got to really watch it. You got to really look at these people. I remember talking about saving seed, and I remember people saying, why should you save seed every year? Why should you save seed every year? But guess what? You see what happening now, right? So if you see, and this is how you get distracted. This is why we get distracted so easy. Because there's somebody telling you, save some seed. And there's somebody telling you, why should you save seed every year? You don't need to save seed every year. You could, you understand? That's a distraction. Because now you're going to be saying, oh, you know what? I don't need to save seed every year. Why should I? If I have seeds, why should I save seed? Listen, you should save as much seed as you can. That's my opinion. All right? So true planter, we really don't know what we're buying. That's what I'm saying. You could tell yourself you going to the store and you buying seed. But do you really know what you're getting? When I say save seed years ago, people wasn't listening. So now you don't know, you really don't know what you're really getting. And that's the truth. You really don't know. You could tell yourself you're getting, and you're really not. So at the end of the day, if you had seed from the lineage of 10 years and all that come down, you pretty have some, you could have some seeds. You could. But these days, man, you just don't know what you're really getting. For real. Planter, I'm going nothing as you said. Oh, wonderful. How they doing? How they doing? What mine have on the pads. Mine have on the pads, so I'm just allowing them to dry right now. They have seeds already. Mine doing pretty well right now. That's wonderful, Nikki. No, they won't give away seed. Not when they can't collect because the weather is already. Exactly. 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 How you really believe that people are going to be giving you seed after what they see happening today? Eh? So if you, and you know what? Listen to me, man. What you know, when I look out, I see who is God. I see the gardeners. I really do. And not to knock anyone because we know we have new gardeners. This is why what I do here, I try to encourage new people into saving seed. I always try to stay positive with the people. You understand? Positive motivate and give them that motivation. Never try to discourage anyone. So if there's a new gardener, save your seed. That's all I can say. You cannot always depend on the big place where you could go and get started. Because any day, they could say they don't have any. And even the seeds, any day, they could say they don't have. I'm sure many people eating fruits too that don't have seeds. I'm sure of that. So if you're not getting seed, maybe in the next 5 years, you really mightn't be getting no seeds. And the way the weather is today, we don't know, soon you might be getting fruits off your tree. Because all it takes is a cold weather hitting your fruit trees and destroying all the fruits. I mean, this is what we're seeing today. It's happening. They are doing well. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's wonderful. Yeah. Listen me. The reason why I give away seed because I want to see people grow. You know, I wanted to see people grow. And believe it or not, if you guys really know some of them seed I give you, how long these things come from, you guys will cherish them. That's all I can say to you. Them seed, you should cherish them because these seed come from a long lineage where most of the seeds come from a long lineage of years, not the store. The big box store could close. All right, that's it. Then what? Better to have an definitely. That's what we're talking about. What? I'm sure you guys see our store closing left, right, and center. I'm sure of that. Planter, we are almost priced out of buying start. That's the next thing again. Listen, me guys. I could only say what I see, and I can't tell people what to do. I only could bring awareness of situation and what's going on. And like from scratch say, Planter, we almost price out of buying starts. Exactly. Look the prices for starts. So your mind got to start get out for starts. Because you can't afford them. Well, don't get me wrong. That's not what I mean. That you can't afford it. I'm sure you could go out there. I'm sure you could buy your starts. But look at you trying to grow 100 different plants or 50 different plants. Look how much money it's going to cost you. So don't get me wrong. When I say can't afford it, that's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. That's not what I mean. What I mean is these starts is getting expensive, and if you got to buy a plant for $5, $6, and you're trying to grow 100 plants, that's $600. That's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying, it's kind of pricey. Not to say you can't go out and buy it. That's not what I'm saying. To me, it's too expensive. To me, my opinion, for me, it's way too expensive. But at the same time, you guys understand the care of taking plant, care of starts. So if you don't want to go through that care, then you have to go and buy starts. But what I'm saying is, what if you can't buy the starts? And this is why I bring the challenge for back in February, because it's gonna teach people how to deal with starts. That's listen me, guys. Many people start out in the Herb Garden Challenge. Many people, maybe 30 something, and so much people have dropped out. Some people ain't uploading at all. I don't understand why. Some people, when they feel like, and some people, every time their videos is up. So I don't know what happened, why, if it's the seedling giving problem, if it's the patient they don't have, or if situation occur. But there was so much benefit inside this thing. The way I wanted this thing to run, everybody would have turned out winners. You understand? It doesn't matter whether you win the prize, yes or no. You would have turned out winners because you would have learned so much. But there's so much for you to learn from. Okay, but I hope next season, listen me, next season, I'm really trying to deal with serious people that really can pull through. That people who don't give up that easy. For people that willing to learn. For people who that willing to share. That's, yeah, you know what I mean? This thing was such a great thing for people falling out like that. You know what I'm saying? And we in a garden community. You see what I'm saying? If you're in a community, you're supposed to show people you are winners. You're supposed to show people, listen me, we are winners. From you, the way it went is like, man, these people, that's no encouragement for viewers. If you sit down watching this Herb Garden Challenge from the start, you're gonna be seeing people just falling out. Some not following the rules, some and everybody, some just up. So I just appreciate. Thank you guys for keeping this challenge going and keeping uploading your videos and following the rules. I appreciate you guys. For what I'm seeing, it ain't much people. It ain't much people. From 30 something, it ain't much people. So I just hope, even though you might be uploading videos, I just hope you're growing something. That's all. But that's your choice anyway. That's your choice. That's my reality, so I can say it happened to me. No peach this year out of 6 macho trees. Wow. 6 macho trees that you expect to get fruit from this year, you didn't get one. My goodness. Okay. Everything is getting expensive. Everything. Ain't just plants. Everything. I don't need to see more to do something about it. I'm staying. All right, all right. You've seen enough. These are all things for the mind to be set and be ready for the unexpected. That's true. That's true. It's happening. It's happened. Could be for all sort of reasons, but yes, don't give up. That's true. I'm still growing. I start with. Okay. Okay. No peach cobbler. I mean, I don't know if people really paid attention or what. I just don't know. And who don't want to pay attention, that's cool, because we can't make people pay attention. If they don't want the information, we can't make them happen. We can't make them take the information. But it's clear as daylight that people need to actually start looking at what's happening and try to do something about it. Meaning, get stuff together however you can. I'm not telling you to go overboard with nothing. Get yourself together. Get more prepared of what's going on. Listen to me. I know not everyone will hear me, but just even there's a few, I'll appreciate it because it's happening. It's really happening. I have frozen peach from last year. That's what's you see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Fifi Johnny, even though, you see, this is what we're talking about. People actually coming out and show, make what you're saying make sense. I have frozen peach from last year that was prepared. You see? So she ain't got no fruit, no peach this year from a tree, but guess what? She had from last year. Wow. You see? This is what we're talking about. Hopefully, I have a great harvest next year. That's all you can say. Then, just got to have hope. Yep, it make a lot of sense. I also have some canop. Okay. So when we talk about prepping, some people might feel like we're saying something wrong. When we talk about prepping, people might feel like, what the hell they talking about prepping? But do you see what Fifi Johnny now say? I hope everyone get a glimpse of what she now say. and I'm going to put it back on the screen. Let me see. Okay, let me see what you say. All right. This is what Fifi Johnny now see. Let's look into prepping for a minute, right? Look what Fifi Johnny now see. That's my reality. So I can say it happened to me. No peach this year out of 6 mature trees, right? She have 6 mature trees. Because of the weather this year, she ain't get 1 peach because of this weather this year, right? 6 mature trees, 6, and you ain't got 1 this year. So let's scroll down. So let's scroll down. Last year, she harvest peach. And what she did with some of them, I have frozen peach from last year. That was prepping is. That's what prepping is. So when we talk about prepping, and people think we're just talking because we're just talking, this is a prime example of what prepping is. Prime example. So even though she did not produce this year, guess what? She still have frozen peach and she still have canned peach. You see what I'm saying? Not many people could say that because many people did not save any, they did not can nothing, they did not freeze nothing. They eat all of them and that's it. But that's what we call, and this is what we're talking about. This is what we want people to understand. You could prep something. Not telling you to go out and go crazy out there trying to prep nothing. But just in case. Then she come down here and she say, hopefully I'll have a great harvest next year. So she have peach for this year. But hopefully she will be looking forward to harvest. So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. I also have some can. Okay. When will the peace be ready? Okay. Yeah, ready vanilla ice cream. All right. Okay. That's it. Prepping for the wars. So I don't know. People, listen to me. Prepping is serious, man. Prepping is a serious thing. And I really do think that I don't want to put it out there to people like, oh, you got to do it, do it. No, no. This is you. And this is your decision. We only bring awareness of what we see happening and what's going on. So the awareness is, if you could prep or you want to prep, go ahead. If you could grow something or you want to grow something, go ahead. I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. But one thing I've noticed as well, what I've noticed, I'm not sure, maybe people still growing but they're not uploading. Maybe. But I've seen a decline in gardening. I've seen a decline in gardening. I'm seeing it with my visual eye, and I'm also seeing it. Maybe people not posting. Maybe people not posting. Maybe people just feel like, okay, I'm just gonna grow my food. Well, if that's the case, that's wonderful. But if you have the chance and the space, don't give up, guys. Once don't give up. I'm thinking of propagating plants and keeping in my garage in a container. Sorry if anyone think this is extreme. I'm experimenting. Hopefully, well, it's always about learning. And you got to do what you got to do. How will you know if you don't experiment nothing? Many things I can talk about, and it's because of experiment, my own experiment. You know what I'm saying? My own experiment about the plants. If you never try to experiment nothing, you will never advance in growing nothing or in anything. As I always say, I'm 10 years ahead of what I'm talking about today. When come and growing food. And I'm telling you, I keep saying it. 10 years ahead. What I just be talking about is the basic of gardening. The basic, the soil, how to plant. That's only the basic. 10 years ahead of what I talk about today. Yeah, 10 years ahead. How that comes by? Experiment. Document. You document your stuff. So you have the information. No one can tell you, oh no, this is no, you can't tell me that. If I say something, you can't tell me because I already did it already. So you can't tell me no. And how you build that confidence is experiment. So do what you gotta do and see how it's gonna come out. You gotta learn because sometimes people tell you certain plant can't grow in your zone, and next thing you plant it, you see it doing wonders. You're doing well. So you really can't, you just gotta do what you gotta do and try different things. Let's see if we get you some good lamp light and okay. I got that. Get you some. Yep. I have to do something. Can't sit back and not try. Don't mess with my family food at all. Right? That's the thing. Listen to me. I make a harvest of collard greens today. You understand what I'm saying? Big bungle. I didn't even record it. But I just want to break off the whole head. So I had them, instead of just the leaf, I have like the whole big head of collard greens. You understand? I had also hold them so, wrap them like this to take them, to carry them. You know how good that was? You know the feelings that you're able to just go outside and harvest and without got to worry about going anywhere and buy anything. I know plenty of us love the feelings, but I think a lot of us also don't really care about that feelings. I don't think people care about that freedom of knowing what you're growing, knowing what you put around your plant. I don't think people care about that. I really don't. But to me, it's important. And guys, always remember, in this life, we have an open discussion. We do not discriminate. We do not worry about people religion and what religion they have. We care less. about which religion you have. That's you. Over here, we just have open discussion and everyone have a right to their own opinion. If that's how you feel, that's you. But everyone have a right to their opinion. So I just want to put that out there. We're not here to knock anyone. You do your stuff how you want to do it. I only could share how I do mine. And if you feel like trying, that's cool. But don't think that we're here to tell you, oh, stop doing stuff how you doing, do it this way. No, we're not here for that. We want everybody to feel at peace and comfortable and could voice their own opinion. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Fifi. Yes, I had a beautiful collard greens harvest study. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. Knowing that you ain't got to go and buy that. It's a good thing. So just, just motivate yourself, man. Just put your mind in a place where you feel like, listen me, man, I got to do what I got to do for my family. If I have a space, let our videos motivate you. Let new gardeners, to all the gardeners who posting, let the videos motivate you that you can actually try to grow something. But at the end of the day, it's your choice, your decision. If you want to do it, that's you. If you don't want to do it, that's still you. So, guys, all right. So, the topic was what you're doing. So, seeing we have got gardeners up in here, I'm going to switch it over now to actually gardening now. And so, guys, what's going on with the garden right now? What's going on? How the garden going? How the plants them doing? What's going on? I'm showing, well, is anyone in here still getting the cold weather? Because I know how that cold weather could be. Is anyone still dealing with cold weather up in here? Okay, all right. You still dealing with the cold weather? Okay. Man. 53. Wow. 53 was the high. It definitely warmer, but I would like more heat. Plants are doing fine though. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Once the plant stem is doing good, that's wonderful because all it takes now is that little heat to push them where you need them, where you could start eating. Everything start jumping up. The herbs them start growing wild, crazy. The time is coming, but I'm always, guys, try to store as much herbs as you can during this time. Sometimes we love to see our plants looking beautiful, which I mean, nothing wrong with that. When you look at the garden and it looks so beautiful, and you say, man, damn, I want to harvest, but if I harvest, it's going to make my garden look. Listen to me. Get in that garden and start harvest like you're wild. Because guess what? The more you harvest, the more they grow. Okay? That helped me from one extreme to the next. My temperature is going to be 90 tomorrow. Damn. That's some serious weather coming there right now. You see, I don't mind the hot weather. When I say I don't mind the hot weather, because with the plants, because most of the time when the hot weather comes on, most of the time when the hot weather comes on, my plants them don't establish them roots already. So I don't really feel that bad when the heat come on. But if the heat coming on when you know transplanting, that's a serious time to transplant. My goodness. If that's the case, it's better you start planting in the night. When everything is cooled down, you plant them in the night and let that dew fall on them in the night, give them some life. Then in the morning, they might be able to deal with the heat the other day. But don't go out in that heat trying to transplant anything. Potato are pushing through. Okay. 70s or 80 next 2 weeks. That's pretty good weather. 17 and 80s. That's pretty good weather. The last frost date for Toronto, Canada was May the 20th, and it's been hot. Okay, all right. Is okay. So you basically ready to plant. That's wonderful, man. You in there doing your thing. Okay. My cold weather plants are not doing its best, but it catch the season of side in the well, right. Cold weather crop in the this is why, right? The cold weather crop, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach. These plants, I plant them in the winter. I plant them all in winter. Because somehow or the other, these plants don't do well with the heat at all. You know, they don't do well. From the time the heat starts coming, these plants already pushing seeds, not doing too well. So they strive better in the cold. So that's why I plant them only winter, like in January. That's what, because they love the cold weather. So when the all spring hit, you're able to meet a lot of harvest before the heat comes on. Because believe it or not, they love the cold weather. Okay, so basically you rather do it in maybe in the fall might work better for you. Okay, I still have so much to transfer because I've been dropping so much seed. I know. Well, my recommendation will tell you plant them in the night or late evening when the weather is down. Make sure they get that dew in the night. That might keep their head up to deal with the sun. So there was my last frost date. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Well, it's a good thing. Everybody trying to do something. It's a good thing. To me, nothing is better than a little form of independence, a little where you could get a little peace. I don't think anything is better than that. Where you're able to go outside. And you got to do it as much as you can because I'm sure that one day you will be able to grow, well, my belief, my opinion, you might be able to grow anything outdoors. For real. But it's a skill everyone should learn. I think it's a skill everyone should learn. Everyone should learn to grow something. Why? Because you could feed yourself. You could actually feed yourself. Okay. I want to go and give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. There, 1 second. Don't get discouraged at all, guys. Don't get discouraged. Gardening is a blessing. Don't get discouraged at all. I'm going to show you guys a video. And why I'm showing you guys a video, I want to show you guys the joy of okay. Look at the size of this bell pepper, man. And it was up in there hiding. Look at the bowl, family. Look at the bowl. Okay. So this is in the fall. I just want to show you guys a motivation why you should really grow something. The bowl is full. Okay. Pepper here again. We have pepper here. Look how much bell pepper we have here, guys. And we ain't finished. We have over here as well. We ain't finished, guys. Okay. Look here. This pepper is huge, man. Look at this one. This one have a face. You see? That one have a face. Wow. This is a serious pepper harvest for the guys. Right. I'm gonna put these here. Look at this, guys. And we're in November. All this is bell pepper. And we still got more. Plus this, we still got more. So let's go around and harvest what is there. Okay, guys. All right, look what's going on here now, guys. We have all these peppers. If the frost hit them, you wouldn't be able to get nothing from them. Because the frost, what the frost do, it dries them out. I've seen it before. So I'm trying to beat the frost this year. I'm still gonna leave a few, but I'm gonna try to get majority of them. Guys, this is a massive pepper harvest. My pepper them always produce many pepper all year round. Many peppers all year round. Look at this limb right here. My goodness. Watch it. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. That was just a clip, just to yes, that was just a clip, guys, because hey Leslie and Ben, how you doing? Thank you for being here. That was just a clip I want to show you guys because the honest truth, I want to show you guys how joyful it is to know that you went in your garden, you put in the work, you do what you got to do, and at the same time, what happened is you able to harvest. You see the amount of pepper I now harvest. You know, I'm a guy, I grow organic food. I don't use any form of chemical in my garden, period. And if you see the size of my peppers, they could compare as any peppers growing in the store. The size. Thank you, Leslie and Ben, thank you. The size of the pepper is almost like what's growing, what's selling in the store. But I did not use these things. I just want to know. I want to know, guys, if you don't have to use these products, what make you use them? If you don't, and I'm gonna drop the link. I really need to hear because if there's anyone, if you don't have to use these products, why are you using them? Is anyone want to come up and if anyone feel free and feel like they want to come up and talk about that, I'll drop the link for that. Because we actually showing proof. Or is anybody listening? Is anybody really paying attention to what's really going on? Because we actually showing proof. You see what I'm saying? What do is it the mind? Is it the mindset? Is it I'm trying to figure out. Is it the mindset that we so used we so used to it? We're so used to hearing about it that we feel like if we use them, we're not growing food. Is that the case here? Is it this the case where we're so accustomed to hear about them, we see them on every shelf, we see them everywhere, that it kind of embedded in us that if we don't use them, we're not growing food? Is that the case? I'm trying to figure out here, guys. I only use compost material so I can speak on that. Okay, I appreciate that. Is there anyone in here? There's a feedback? Okay. Tell me if you're still hearing the feedback. If you're hearing it, press 1. Let me know. Is there anyone in here? You ain't got to feel bad about it. We're just having a conversation. You still hearing the echo? I think I might be a miss. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Are you still hearing the feedback? Okay, let me hear Boy Blue say. Boy Blue say, I think it might be a mindset thing for some people. I agree. I believe so. I believe so. I believe, you see, and this is why, man, you can't just ground your mind in things. You know, like just set your mind. Like you set your mind in concrete and you just can't move, is right there. Okay, thank you. And you know, it's like your mind is set in concrete and it can't move. So if someone say, this is what you use for plants, that you can't see well, even someone showing you, no, you don't need it. Okay, Fifi. You see what I'm saying? Someone you grow up, say for instance, you grow up and the way you grow food is you use certain things. And the certain thing you use, you have no idea what's in them, what they like, what is it about, but you use them. And there's someone now showing you, naturally showing you, no, you don't really need them. Look at this. You could use this and be very successful. But into your mind, you still feel like, nah, I gotta use this. I gotta use this thing. You gotta understand, many things, we looking at someone garden and they're showing you oh yeah, I'm using this product and look how look how much stuff them look. Yes, that might be the case. But guess what? They're not showing you the soil getting damaged, and they're not showing you how much that food, lack of vitamins and lack of nutrients, they're not showing you all that. All you're seeing is a bright picture of what's actually that they show you that they grow. But you're not actually getting to taste it. You're not actually getting to realize that the soil is getting destroyed. So you can't just rush into something you see. Especially see through the cup. You understand? There's people who actually showing you don't need it. But at the same time, you feel, no, I gotta use it because. So I don't know. But to me, I'm gonna stay the natural way. I'm gonna use my saw, my wood, and my leaf and the weeds from in my garden and grow my food. I'm not using nothing from the store to grow my food. Well, when you have bad pest infestation, you might feel pressure to use chemical, but there's always natural ways. I mean, you have a point. You have a point. But I'm going to say something here. Sometimes we introduce a lot of these pests in our garden. And I'm going to say it again because it's the truth. Sometimes we introduce pests into our garden because of many things we throw in our compost. Many things we throw in our compost. Sometimes I keep saying these things over and over. Sometimes you might be eating a fruits, right? And while you're eating the food, you see like a worm inside it. And where you do, you take it and you throw it in your compost pile. Now you create. That's a different insect, parasite you add in your soil. This thing could have eggs. This thing could breed a different breed of insect in your garden that's eating you, feeding off your plant. This is why I keep saying the only thing going in my compost pile is what I grow. I don't introduce nothing out of my garden into my compost pile because I understand these things. Meat, I will never add meat in my compost pile, and people promoting it. But I cannot knock people for what they believe. If you want to add meat, go for it. But I personally will not add meat into a compost pile. I will not do it. Not at all. I will not add meat in my compost pile. But many people will tell you, and that's fine, that's their opinion. But my opinion is, no, I'm not adding no meat. The only thing, then people, let me tell you what people do. Many people do it. Many people killing all the earthworms out their garden. Hey, Urban Garden, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Many people killing out the earthworms in their garden, then they go and buy worm to put in their compost pile. I never add worms nor insect in my compost pile. But I guarantee you, when I pack up my leaf, the body of trees and the weeds that I pull out and put them in a heap, I guarantee you, I'm seeing all different type of insect, all different type. Let me see. I use fertilizer still sometimes because I already bought it and have enough for years. I'm experimenting if there is a significant difference also. None of my radish bulb last year. So I'm using fertilizer to, well, you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. I'm just not into this kind of stuff. And I can't even promote them. And that's the truth. I really can't promote them. And I will not tell nobody to use them, period. It's gotta be that person's decision. I don't see it all already, and I'm not going there. I see parents them never use it, and they was tumbling out food out the garden. So I'm not using it either. Seem like radish hard to grow. Okay. That's why you use your mind and hands and experiment. I hear that. I hear that. Give me a second. I want to show you guys a video about these worm, these thing that comes in it. No judgment because I use blood, bones, and meal and fish fertilizer, and sadly it was a bad experience. But it's born up my ish. So I grow how I learned. Okay, I hear that. I also now have chicken manure, so next year, well, I mean, you have, listen me, I can't tell you how to grow your food, but if you have chicken manure and all these things, that's where I want to stick. I'm sorry. All right, Nikki, good night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you here. Good night. Okay. I'm going to go for a video just to show a little demonstration. All right. Give me a little second, please, guys. I hope I can find this video. Okay. There's gonna be a short video. I don't want to do the long video. I'm gonna do a short video here. I'm basically giving you a idea of what I'm talking about, breaking down compost and how much I don't need to add no, go buy no worm and do not need a bone and meat and all kind of stuff. Let me just show you guys this short video. Is doing fine. Hope everyone is feeling blessed. Shout out to all the hardworking people. Shout out to the people with 2 jobs. Shout out to the single parent. Shout out to everybody, man. Just lift your spirit, lift your vibration, feel good, feel blessed. Okay? But I just want to show you guys a little about composting. All right? In this pile, this is where I add tree trunk, leaves, trees, dry trees, all these kind of leaves, trees. I cut them and just throw them in here and just leave them. I do not add meat. I do not add nothing to this. I just allow nature to cut it down. Okay? So when you do this, there's a lot of things gonna create inside this naturally from nature itself. Okay? You see in all different kind of ants, you see in all different type. You have worms, you have everything is inside this. Okay? Naturally. We have worms, we have ants, we have everything. When you allow these things, look at what's going on, these things to work for itself, it's create a super soil. It help you to create this super soil. A lot of things you adding in the compost, you really don't need it. These things will break down this thing for itself and in a natural form. So when you take this and you add it to your soil, here we go. Beautiful natural compost. So regardless to what, you don't need to add anything, honestly. Some people add worms. That's cool. That's cool. But for me, I let nature do the work. And when nature do the work, everything comes natural. So everything breaking down. These are the leaves.
Whether you're starting up,
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I hope you guys. Wait, hold on. Yes. I hope you guys was seeing and hearing. But this is exactly what I'm now talking about. I was now talking about composting. And every people wanna add bone and all this kind of stuff to your soil. And many times, many times, what we see is people adding bones, people adding meat, people adding fruits, everything they have, people adding many different things they add in to break down this compost. And what I now show you, I show you all different type of parasite running and walking. And right, and I didn't add anything. All I do, I show you where I just take everything and show it there, and what happened, it break down for itself. So this is why I don't listen to people when they talk about meat, or you got, or you throw meat inside of it. I already do my own experiment. And I already see that you don't need to add anything to that compost pile for worms and the right kind of insect and bacteria end up in there to break it down for you. This is why I could go back and bring videos and show what I'm talking about right now. I already did that. We introduce a lot of parasite in our garden, believe it or not. Hi Sylvia, how are you doing? In many ways. In many ways. If I don't grow it, if it ain't growing in my, it's not growing in my compost. But that's how I feel. And I have discipline, and I'm dead serious to these things. I'm not falling short with this. If I say I'm not adding it, it's not going. Because why would I add anything when I don't, when my plants them grow beautiful, produce beautiful, looking healthy? Why would I add anything to change that? Why would I add stuff to my garden that can destroy my crop? That's how I see it. Chemical destroy your crop. I don't care what nobody say. Chemical destroy your crop. Bad parasite destroy. Bad parasite, bad insect destroy your crop. Plenty things destroy your garden. Many things we eat destroy the soil. Many things we throw in our garden destroy the soil. So I know these things. I do my own experiment, and I'm not using them. But I'm not here to tell you guys not to use it. That's your decision. What you feel I put around your plan, that's you. So don't get me wrong. like I know I was saying, guys, it's got to be something. What? I'm gonna ask this question again. What is making a person use stuff that they know ain't good for them or good for their plans? When there's people who shows you there's other things you can do. What is drawing you to these things that you know? We talk about it, but at the same time we're using them. What is making that happen? The only thing, it might take extra work, and maybe some people, that's it. You know what? That's the thing too. Many people don't want to do that extra work. So chemical is what plenty people use to blend in, to make their job easier. So plenty people rush for the chemical instead of try build your soil natural. No, that takes too long. So many people run for a chemical because the chemical gonna grow them fast and the chemical gonna make them come big. But when you look at the long term, for the long term, is it beneficial? Or is just, you understand? So if we are gardeners, if we claim we gardeners, well, that's the difference. Is that I always say again, the level of gardening is the depth of gardening where a person wanna go. And if a person feel like, okay, I'm not using these things and mean it and stick to it, it can happen. But you can't say today you're not using it and then next week you're using it. That's shaky. That mean you not stand for nothing. You just everywhere. If I say I'm not using it, I'm just not using it. So it comes with discipline within yourself. You can't say today, I'm going to use it. I'm not using that. I'm staying away from that. But then you hear somebody else over there and talking about it, and then you end up run over there and start using it. You got to stand for something. It's either or you're not. Me, I'm not using it. Sorry. But it's not my job to tell you not to use it. You got to decide that. But I think your food eat way more taste, more better. I think you get more nutrition out of it. I also think it's healthier doing it natural. And like I know I was showing you guys the compost. You see when the compost break down, when that break down, that's what I use for manure. And that's what I throw around the plants then, like when they're growing. And then you mix that in with the soil and that helps your plants. Growing natural, if you can grow natural, what is making you pull you back to these things? That you know. You ain't that you don't know, no, you know. But you're still using it. What is causing that? I'm still trying to figure it out. I believe it's a mind thing. I use grass cutting, weeds in my yard, leaf from my garden, banana peel, rainwater, and make compost tea. My garden love it. It's stick, it's stick, but it's free, right? Well, I'm learning, right? I'm learning that the composting. What I'm learning that the composting, right? I'm learning that the composting, if you put lemongrass in it, that was someone tell me. I didn't use it as yet. If you put lemongrass in it, it kills the scent and it eliminate like parasite and stuff. So if you find it stink, maybe you should try. I can't tell you. Don't take my word for it because I didn't do it. But someone told me lemongrass will eliminate the scent of it. But gardening, listen to me, gardening is, yes, yes, yes. Maybe you should try. But don't take my word for it because I didn't do it. I didn't do it as yet. But I might try myself because lemongrass is a herb as well. Could use and make tea. Right, basically it's not gonna hurt anything, it's a herb. But yes, it do smell bad. But at the end of the day, it's natural and it's you make it, you know what's in there, and that's what's matter. And I think they do an amazing job too. I think they do an amazing job. That composting, yeah, they do an amazing job. So what I will say, well, you guys know I don't promote chemical, I don't talk about it, I don't even mention the names of them because I don't use them and I'm not going to promote them to anyone. I will not tell anyone anything about these things that they could use. I will not do it because I don't do it, so I can't. But at the end of the day, it's your decision whether you want to use chemical or not. I just see you could grow healthy food without that. You just got to have some patience and some dedication and some time. Put some time in it and you will be just fine. It's not going to happen overnight, you know? And you know what, guys? I want to know what you guys call bad soil. This is something. This is something I'm really curious of. I'm really curious. I'm really, really curious of what you guys can or what people consider bad soil because sometimes people have really good soil and calling it bad and believe they got to run to and throw their stuff inside of it. Yes, I know some people have some bad soil. Yes. Yes. People have bad soil they got to deal with. But not everybody. And some people feel once the soil, they add certain thing to the soil, it ain't good. So if that's the mindset, you got to pay more attention. If you really want to learn about soil and you want to know more about soil and good soil and how you know your soil is bad and know your soil is good, I have a class going on right now. I have a garden class for members. If anyone interested in learning about gardening, you could always email me. All right? You could always email me and join the class, okay? Where you could read, where we can go through the depths of gardening and the depths of the soil, because like I said, plenty people have good soil and don't know. and really believe they are bad soil. So from time to time, we will be doing some demonstration on soil, but that's in the class. So people could have a better understanding of the quality of their soil. Because yes, many people have good soil and believe they don't. Yep. Yes. So what's going on, guys? How you guys doing tonight? What's going on? It's Thursday night, and you guys know every Thursday we here jamming, trying to motivate people on open discussion. Okay, with 2 hours and 36 minutes. Keep building my soul. I love to see my so many earthworms enjoying the environment. Yes, and many things you add to your soil too. You see them earthworms you're doing? You seeing? Your earthworms love to feed off of organic matter. And this is something people got to understand. Organic matter. They love to feed from organic matter. So if you want to keep your earthworms alive, what you feed them with? Things that could turn into organic matter. Not the stuff that could destroy them. Don't you guys understand that we have a lot to do with so many of these bees that we're not seeing and so many butterflies we're not seeing? Don't you know we have a lot to do with that? Yeah? All the damn spraying and spraying and spraying people been doing, yes. They have a lot to do with butter bees. These days you can't even see a bee. For this whole spring, I see 2 bees. I usually be in my garden and bees roaming around me. I see 2 bees this whole spring season. What is happening? All right, guys. Don't want to keep you guys up too late tonight. We don't rush to 2 hours and 38 minutes. As usual, appreciate each and everyone for coming out tonight again. Thanks everyone for passing through. Thank you live from scratch for coming up tonight. Thank you, Gems Entertainment TV. Thank you for coming up. Thanks everyone who come up on the stage tonight and share their thoughts. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know, shout out to Fifi Johnny. Fifi Johnny, thank you you are a great moderator. Thank you so much for helping me out in this chat. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone who come through. I appreciate each and every one of you tonight, as always. You know, I appreciate you guys because you guys, I feel like listen me. I just feel like my audience is some real brilliant people that you know what I'm saying. Come to you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for always coming through. Thanking you, giving me that support. You know what I'm saying? I truly appreciate you guys. I can't stop thanking. Thank you, Leslie and Ben, for coming out. Thank you, Boy Blue, for coming out. Thank you, Texas Lala. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Auburn. Thank you, The Everyday Life. Thank you, Life from Scratch. Thank you, GT. Thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, guys, we always here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, we also go live every Thursday, every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about the Caribbean culture, where we talk about the lifestyle, the culture, how people used to go, how they go up, their conversation. I think tomorrow night gonna be a pretty interesting night. Yeah, I think tomorrow night will be a pretty interesting night. And I think I want to do an open panel on that one as well. You guys can always join if you're interested. All right? But truly appreciate each and every one again. All right, Duval, City Girl Gardener, thank you for coming through. Yes, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys, as always, have a blessed and wonderful weekend. Hope to see you guys same time, same place next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, we in the last month of the Garden Challenge. The last month. It was a challenge. It was four months or 5 months. But guess what? We in the last and final month for this Garden Challenge. I appreciate each and every one of you for keep posting your video and keep the challenge going. Thank you, Fifi. This link on the screen, that's the channel we go on every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about the culture of the islands. And we also, what is interesting too, if you from the island and you're interested in coming up and talk about the island where you're from, you can always email me. My email is on my about page. You could always email me and we could arrange for you to come up and talk about your island. So yes, guys, thanks again. You're welcome, Live from Scratch. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Live from Scratch, as well, for coming up. We appreciate each and every one of you. Keep growing. Stay positive. All right, that's my email address. You can always email me there if you're interested in the garden class. Also, if you're interested on the other channel, you could also email me here if you're interested in coming up on stage and talk about the culture of how you grow up. Which Jim's Entertainment TV, you still here? If you still hear me, maybe you could email me. All right, if you're still here. But as always, again, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a blessed and wonderful week. weekend. Hope to see you guys next week. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Good night. Thank you all.